Hello everyone, my name is Faraz and I'm running for the position of LSLAP's Director of Operations. First and foremost, let me apologize for not being able to be at the speech in person. If everything is going well, I should be on my way to speak to sentence, and I also hope that goes well. Second, as you can see, I am currently not wearing a suit. If you've seen any of my posters around campus, you might have noticed that I do everything in my suit. So I went swimming in it yesterday, got a bit wet, and it has to now be dry cleaned. It's a big hassle. Now to more important matters. Just a bit of background on my involvement with LSLAP. I was a clinician in Surrey last year, and over the summer I was a summer student, and I was working out of the North Shore Clinic. And right now I'm the clinic head at the North Shore Clinic, and I'm also a credit student. And you might have seen me around the office working as a credit student. I think last time I checked the system, I'd worked on over 160 files. I've done 2 full trials, 13 or 14 other smaller code appearances, and I've generally been very involved with the program. Though I think my biggest qualification is in fact the time I spent with LSLAP over the summer. Because over the summer LSLAP becomes a full-time job, you end up working with the other clinicians and the executive much more closely, and you get a much better understanding of how the program actually functions. After getting this understanding and talking to all the current executive members, I decided that the Director of Operations position is what I'm most qualified for, and it's also what I'm most excited to be able to do. For those who might not know, the Director of Operations is in charge of the day-to-day activities of the program. They're in charge of managing the clinic locations, the clinicians, the clinic heads, and our file tracking system. Director of Operations has many other duties that I don't think I have the time to go over right now. The current Director of Operations, Lori, has done a fantastic job over the past year, and I'd be very happy to be able to keep things running as smoothly as she has. There are, of course, a number of unique challenges that we'll have to deal with, one of which is the distance between the office and classes. I do have a few ideas to hopefully alleviate some of the problems that this distance causes. One is to perhaps have Brian's appointment sheet available online so students wouldn't have to make a 10 or 20-minute trip just to sign up to see Brian. Perhaps another aspect of the program that could be integrated with our electronic file tracking system is client messages. Basically to have students be able to check their messages online to again not have to make that trip. Another concern that's been brought to me is the difficulty in actually being able to get an appointment with Brian. Until I perfect my Brian cloning technique, which should be just around the corner, we only have one Brian. So perhaps one of the ways to address this situation is to do a better job at advertising the role of our credit students. Usually when a student goes to see Brian, they have to see him twice. First to be told what area they need to do research in, and the second time to actually discuss that research. Now, if this student has talked to a credit student beforehand and has done the research, they only need to see Brian once, and that opens up more space for other students who need to get in to see Brian to actually be able to do so. Anyways, these are just some ideas at the moment, and obviously they'll have to be cleared by Brian first, and we'll have to make sure there's room in our budget to implement them. But I do believe that these are all positive steps that would result in the program becoming better and more productive. And that is my ultimate goal. To be able to leave my position a year from now, knowing that the program is now better than when I started this job as a Director of Operations, and knowing that the students are now having a much better experience. Anyways, I hope you all have a good weekend, and now if you excuse me, I need to do some trial prep.